Oh, it's John Black, Super Chemist. Just did 3 videos talking about the 3 books, part 1, part 2, part 3, talking about the communist ideology, okay? This video now, it's not talking about the ideology at all, okay? It's just talking about what communism is, like the structure of communism, okay? And this is what kills me. I'm going to bring up something about black people, okay? And this is probably about 75% of black people, this is the conversation you have. Do you trust the government? Not 75% of black people. I didn't see any study or anything. I'm just from my experience in life. 75% will be like, the government is crap. You cannot trust the government. The government is going to screw you over. Okay? But if you're having a conversation with that same black person, right? And you're like, you're talking about this politician and they're doing this thing, and you're like, well, that's communism. We don't want communism in our country. That's why I'm against that policy. Why are you for that policy? And the black person, every single time when you say, oh, that's communism, 100% of the time in my life, the black person says, what's wrong with communism? And why I remember this is because that's like, whoa, I hear someone say, what's wrong with communism? I'm like, that's like saying, what's wrong with eating live babies? I'm like, what? I just like throw them in a loop. Like, what are you talking, what? The whole thing is let's get into what communism is, and you'll see why I say this is crazy, right? Communism is where you have a big giant government, and he decides, this big giant government, okay, obviously, all big giant institutions, the bigger they get, the more personable they are, the more humanitarian they are. Smaller institutions, no, they're cold, indifferent. Yeah, that makes sense. No, that makes no sense. The bigger an institution is, the more cold it gets, the less humanitarian it gets, the less it cares. You know what I mean? Because it's just a big giant machine at that point. And that's what communism is. It's a big giant machine, the government. And the government tells everyone what is fair and what isn't fair. And the government distributes everything and tells you this is your fair share and this is your fair share. And the government tells you how your kids should be raised, how your kids should be taught. So you see the contradiction there when it comes to black people? At least 75% of them. Yeah, you say the government can't be trusted, but you love a government that's communist, that by definition has a big giant government that's in charge of everything. I don't understand how black people, I've never gotten an answer of how, because that's the first next question. How do you, that doesn't make any sense. Never really get an answer. They'll put their fingers in there. I've literally had, last time a 70-year-old man did that to me. 70-year-old man, a great friend of mine. I thought he died a year or two ago. Miss him. But, yeah, he had actually put his, like, what? Anyways. So that's what communism is. Okay, people think that it's, everybody gets a say and everybody gets even amounts. No, everyone gets what the government deems fairly even. So what communism always just like democracy always turns into an oligarchy. Communism always, socialism always turns into communism. You know what I mean? And communism is bad. People think that socialism and communism, they're putting them, they're taking the socialism definition and putting it on to the communist. They're different. Okay, first of all. But second of all, socialism is just as bad because it always leads to communism. But yeah. So that, and what kills me, I don't understand. Wouldn't it just be common sense if the government gets so big that it's going to be so impersonal, so cold at that point, and so it's so corrupt. You know what I mean? If you have 10 people running something, it's harder to be corrupt than when you have 1,000 people running something, right? You know what I mean? The bigger the machine, the less impersonal it gets, the less it cares actually about the people that it's governing. So I don't understand this want of, I want the government. And what's funny is you look at everything the government does. The government, when it's big and corrupt and acts like a charity fund, all it does is create problems. Like if you used to have homeless people, well, we'd have the rich and the middle class would just help them out. You know what I mean? They'd just help them out. Now no one helps anyone. We got the charities to do it. We got the government to do it, right? But what happens when you give the government $1 million, say, to this one state to get rid of, like Gavin Newsom? We're giving them X amount of money, but what happens to the homeless problem that we gave them the money for? It grows. Now we have to give them more money, he says. I can't do it with $1 million. I need 10 million this time. So we give them 10 million. What happens? The homeless grow. Then we give them even more. Oh no, I need 20 million this time. I mean, this is getting out of control. Now I need real money, man. Actually, give me 50 million. This is just getting out of control. And what we give it to them? It grows. It grows more. Like, what the? That's what communism is. Okay. But yeah, why would you want your government? Everything that if you want, it's like the school system. You let the federal government in control of this school system, public schools, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 all the way down, keeps going down, till today, where we're literally mentally retarded. People can't even read and write when they graduate high school. Why? I don't understand. I cannot find one example where the government isn't screwing people over so that they can get more money. Oh, well, put the federal government in charge, give them a bunch of money, they corrupt, so they never spend it on what they're supposed to spend it on. And even if they did, the machine itself takes 80% of it. The people and the buildings and the electric and the and the cars and the mail and this, that they have to distribute this money that they're giving out, 80% of it goes just for that. It's like if I give a dollar to the government, 80% is just to the machine and 20% would help the poor people or help whatever they're trying to help. Why do people want that? I don't understand. Oh, I know. Because the deep state, they control what books are taught in the public schools, and they've been indoctrinating us for 100, 200 years now. You know what I mean? Or whatever schools were, started getting. Well, actually, since the federal government took over, we have been just basically, our schools have just been brainwashing machines. But yeah, why would you want? That's basically what communism is. Is that the government is giant and it controls everything. See, most people say, you ask, what's communism? Oh, that's when everyone gets a fair share of everything. No, that's not communism. That's kumbaya, hippie, commune something or whatever. I don't even know what you call that. But, well, I guess you call it maybe egalitarian. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that isn't the way it is. It's not that everyone gets an even amount. It's everyone gets an even amount, what the government defines as an even amount or fair amount. You know what I mean? And guess what? The government always is controlled by the rich people in some way. So what's going to happen there? I lost my whole train of thought there. Totally lost what I was saying. But yeah, if you want a corrupt government, you make your government into a charity fund. Okay? See, then a charity fund the government can be charity fund and donate to your favorite charity. Probably someone like you or you. Like you're black and they donate to your favorite charity for black people, or give money to a social program that you get. You know what I mean? Yeah. What kind of government do you think you get when you sell your vote? Like, I'm on pills. If I'm going to take my pills, I get to take like 10, 12 pills or whatever a day. If I don't take them, I'll die within a month or two. Literally. That's not hyperbolic. I'll definitely die within 2 months. Probably, maybe even one. If I, like on Kamala Harris and Trump, if they would have said to me, Kamala Harris is going to make sure you have your pills, and Trump is going to take away your pills, and you are going to die, guess who I would vote for? Trump. Because I'm not a communist. I don't sell my vote. Like you call me pieces of garbage in this country, every last one of you. Oh, well, the government gave away all the poor people's money in tax, all the poor people's tax money to Ukraine. So I'm going to vote for this person, right? Yeah, because my government acted like a charity fund, stole from poor people and gave it to Ukraine. So you sold your vote. Right? Because that isn't a job of the government to give out money, steal from the poor and give it to other countries. But you seem to think it is. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm done babbling. I have a million things to say about this, but I'm done.